Welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? Today we are talking about Aitana Bonmati from Barcelona who just won the Women's Ballon d'Or. But there's a lot more to the story and people were left disappointed. I'm going to tell you why. Aitana is an incredible skilled player from both Barcelona and Spain, but the world ceremony? Meh. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, like, and share the love. Don't get me wrong, the Ballon d'Or has the huge potential to be an incredible platform for women's sports, but every year it falls short. And the whole ceremony ends up feeling like a box checking exercise. I'm going to tell you more later, but even major media outlets like ESPN or Forbes have been vocal and have said that this type of ceremony can do more harm than good to women's football. And when players, fans, coaches repeatedly voice the same concerns with little improvement, it sends the message that women's football isn't really taken seriously. Let me break down the drama for you, starting with the timing of the ceremony. But before, I want to give Aitana Bonmati her flowers. She's winning the award for the second consecutive year after Alexia Putellas took the Golden Ball home in 2021 and 2022. Aitana had another phenomenal year in 2024. She helped Barcelona winning the fifth title of La Liga Femenina, and along with women's UEFA Champions League success, she scored the opening goal in the 2-0 against Lyon in the final, and she was named player of the tournament. She also won the UEFA Nations League with Spain, and she scored in the final a 2-0 against France. I love when she said, "I don't want to be compared to Messi. Stop comparing me to Messi." It's too difficult to achieve what he did and is unique with what he achieved in football history. She said, "We are two completely different people, different players, and I don't want to compare what I've achieved to him." She also said she doesn't feel more pressure because she has now two Ballon d'Or. Here, my favorite part about her mindset, because she's very competitive, obviously, and she said, "I always say that one of my strongest points is my mindset, because you can have all the quality and art work, but it's important to have the right mindset." But now the juicy part, back to the Ballon d'Or drama. The timing. The Ballon d'Or was scheduled during the women's international window. And this is the period when many players and coaches are representing their countries for the international duty. And this is what happened. For example, with Emma Hayes, she won Women's Coach of the Year, but she couldn't be there because she had international duty. To be fair, this is not the first time that it happens, because it happened last year and the timing was criticized for being unfair to women's player. And here we are in 2024 and not much has changed. Another big issue was the categories, because the categories for women's award just don't match up to the men's. For the men, for example, we have awards like Best Goalkeeper, Young Player of the Year, and even Top Scorer. But for the women, none of those exist. You just have the Women's Ballon d'Or. We have wrong timing, lack of equal categories. Third point is the ceremony presentation, because there was a small change this year and the Women's Ballon d'Or was presented by Natalie Portman. She's an actress and she's also the owner of Angel City FC. That's a team in the US, the National Women's Soccer League. And she has shown real commitment into investing into women's sports. But there is still a question here. Why don't we see legends of the women's game presenting these awards? It would mean so much to fans and players. And last year, the Women's Ballon d'Or was handed by Novak Djokovic and Kylian Mbappé. So it was progress to have a woman this year. But is that enough? It still feels like the organizers are missing the point and just making PR decisions, using names for media attention rather than honoring the roots of women's football. We've seen criticism from ESPN. Look here, this ESPN article. Critics are saying that the Ballon d'Or, instead of truly celebrating women's football, is really undermining it. And here also a tweet from Forbes journalist Asir Tufaili. She's saying the Ballon d'Or is a ceremony that does more harm than good to women's football. It will be just another missed opportunity to advocate for the women's game. And here's the thing. These critics aren't new, because last year some journalists already called out the Ballon d'Or organizers pretty much for the same reasons. Shireen Ahmed talked about the lack of women's categories, the poor timing, and the overall lack of respect for women's football. And yet here we are in 2024 and almost nothing has changed. Sure, Natalie Portman ended the award rather than a male athlete, But that seems like a small improvement into a ceremony and an award that has so many bigger issues. Now, it wasn't all negative, and one powerful moment was when Jenny Hermoso received the Socrates Award for her courage and activism. You might remember all the controversy surrounding Luis Rubiales. He kissed Jenny without her consent after Spain won the Women's World Cup, and Jenny's courage to speak up made her a symbol of resilience. But the drama isn't over because Aitana Bonmati, after winning, she gave part of the speech in Catalan. She received critics from some people, but she didn't apologize. She said that she's proud of her heritage and she believes in standing up for her culture. What do you all think? Is the Ballon d'Or enough for women's football? Is it time for a change? Or should I cancel the Women's Ballon d'Or? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any video on women's sports. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time.